Let's go. Oh, I just pressed edit video. We don't need that. Day 62. Day 62. I am telling you right now, boys and girls. What's up, G? What's up, G? I'm telling you right now, boys and girls, you are sitting on a gold mine. I look around and I don't see competition. I don't see competition. Your boy is gonna outroar all competition. Your boy, when he gets obsessed with something, he goes all in. He listens to it. He studies it. He's humble. He writes notes. He's got pages and pages and pages and pages and pages of notes. How do we make this the best? How do we inspire others? Oh boy, last night was I teaming. I was teaming on goodness. Oh, you hit your rate limit. All right. Should have known that. What a way to start off the stream. Do something special for day 67. How about we talk about day 62? Because right now we are on the most janky setup that anyone can ever have in their entire life when live streaming. I am in the middle of a cardboard Amazon box. I didn't break it. Well, I sort of did. I broke the actual magnet that the holder of my monitor and the actual monitor, that magnet has broken. So I have my monitor sitting on top of my MacBook Pro, leaning against, so that is gonna fall. When you hear a crash, that is the monitor crashing. The camera I'm talking to right now overheats. The Osmo Pocket 3 overheats. The battery, for whatever reason, has failed. I was a big Osmo fan, and now I'm sitting here. Literally, the Osmo is sitting on top of the power cable, which is coming up from the bottom, sitting on top of the battery. It was supposed to be inside an actual cup. I crap you not, because we don't curse anymore, boys and girls. Boy, do we have a lot to talk about. I think Mark has a lot to talk about. When I tell you I take notes, oh boy, are we taking notes. Are we taking notes? How are we putting our agents virtual? How are we gonna make this where I can vibe code on my cell phone? How do we make this where any single agent, how do you set this up where the orchestration is automatically happening? How do you set it up where my mom could literally say, I want a to-do list for my life? Boom. Happens. We have an area right over here. It's going to be called prompts. You click on the prompts, you get your prompts. You got your, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to take someone else's clone? Are you trying to build a video game? Are you trying to build a website? Are you trying to review? Are you trying to do some custom? Whatever the case is. I want to build a website. What is the target? Let's go for Google or Booble. Obviously, my fingers were off a little bit. Booble. And I want a full build. I want the front end. I want the back end. I want next. All right, who's the orchestrator? Let's do Opus. And you know what I want to add in here? I want to add in Soul as a critic. Not as the reviewer, but as a critic. You know how you have the CEO that says, hey, listen, you know what we're going to do? I am now the CEO of Apple. Real life example right now. Let me just bring it up. I am now taking over Tim Cook's position, and I am telling everyone what to do. Now that I'm at the helm, I am going to be doing something called streaming. I am a product person, and I am going to be streaming. We are focusing not on products, not on the iPhone that has been out, not on the iPad that has been out, not after the computer that's been out, not after the massive push into studios and Mac Minis, but we're going into streaming. I understand you have a lot of lazy people. Case in point, I posted the dumbest video on Instagram. It got 3,400 views. It's literally a point of action where you see my hand pointing at a tiny apartment. 3,400. That's how much people are starving for content. I understand the play. I understand the play, Apple. But my dude, you just said, allegedly in the news yesterday, that you might ship glasses without cameras. Are we okay at Apple? Are we okay? You might ship glasses without cameras. What the hell are you gonna do? Use just glasses? I could go to Lens Crafters. What are you talking about? What are we doing at Apple? I could see this other push, by the way, where you use Klarna to do a leasing program. I think it's a brilliant idea. You only need blah, blah, blah for a month, a week, 6 months. You go to school for a year, whatever. Brilliant idea. Brilliant idea. It's like a car leasing program. Brilliant idea. But to say that your push is going to go into streaming? Hello? Are we okay? Are we okay? I read that. I almost fell over my chair. Instead of announcing a crazy new product, instead of we are doubling down our silicone chips, since we are doubling down our silicone chips, we're actually bringing in our arch nemesis and rival that we had to fallen away from named Intel. And now we're bringing Intel back into our life. Oh my gosh, you can't even make this stuff up. You can't even make this stuff up. Let's go start building. Today's a big build. Today's a big build. What are we building, Charles? We are putting our agents remote. We are putting our agents remote. That's what we're doing. It's going to be necessary. It is going to unlock the potential of everything. I can then silo all of the agents away from the Mac Studio. That would free up the Mac Studio. It would be able to be released to the public. This is the thing, is if you give, I gotta log out, so. Sensitive! Here we go, switch accounts. Switch accounts is actually a brilliant idea. That account usage, hold on, / switch accounts. Switch model, oh, switch accounts, here we go. Claude subscription, open. Bring this down here. Authorize. Let's see, is this the one that's already under full usage? Charles, do this before the stream. I'm sorry, my equipment, how is my current session at 100%? What in the name of all things holy happened behind the scenes? Who hacked me? Who hacked me? Switch account. Let's do a different account now. Let's go to my second account. Let's go down here. I love how now Claude embraces the second account. Claude literally says switch account. Why would you go away from that, Claudie? Claudes and Claudettes. Why would you go away from that? That makes no sense. No, you could only have one. I don't want your money. I don't want your money. I don't want your compute. All right, so now we're good to go. Now let's do some continues. And by continues, I need a lot of continues. Then in another chat, we are going to be getting all of our agents. Do you understand how much crap I want to do? This is from Why Is This a Thing? He said, loops are a double-edged sword. Everybody come around, please. Everybody, please, come around. We have the head of marketing in front of us. It must be very, very optimized. Longer the prompt, less adherence. Shorter the prompt, less precision. Too many agents, faster, but orchestrator gets lost. Too little sub-agents. You know what we're gonna do, boys and girls? We're gonna take Why Is This a Thing? And we're gonna say thank you. Why is this a thing? Thank you so much for your service. But I'm gonna tell you right now, we're breaking laws. We're breaking limits. We're creating something that no one's created before. I'm coming in ignorant. I'm coming in ignorant. When I did my first real estate deal, I came in and I just said, I don't know how to do new development. I don't know you need to wear a hard hat. I don't know that you have all these fees and all these things are going on. But I just saw that it's a new building. You have brand new appliances. New York City's not building. This is 2009. We're in the middle of a global recession because of some yo-yos that were selling some crap to people on 100% financing, 110% financing. So they got financing. They got their whole house paid for. They were on a variable rate. And then in 3 years, everything folded. And then we bailed out the banks and the car manufacturers. And then they came out with Dodd-Frank and they said, hey, listen, thanks for coming out. Thanks. We're actually going to push all their closing costs onto the consumer. Welcome to America. Land of the... Are we going to get a noise violation? All right, here we go. We're not working on prompts. Focused. We have so much in the App Store. We have Agents Virtual. This was the whole prompt for it. This is when you're building out a website. You got a loop. I'm taking loops and I'm just gonna smash. By the way, what do you think we should call the IDE? What do we think we should call this? So essentially we have the reviewer agent up to here. Opus, how many workers, unlimited. You could choose whatever you want. Obviously that's gonna be based on, you go to next, and here's the prompt. Why is this a thing? Can we make this better? Yes, we can. Is this a minimal viable product? Yes, it is. Charles, your prompt sucks. Your prompt is absolute trash. Are you still using money on Claude? Are you talking about loops like it's 1995 and not shifted to graphs yet? Interesting. We shall look up graphs. Listen, it's not like I'm losing any time here. Whether it's a graph today, it's a lawnmower tomorrow, we adapt. Do you understand what it was 2 weeks ago? It was one agent, one model, and everyone cared about that one prompt and that one output and that one token. And what did it do? Did it create a nice front end? This was a one agent prompt that actually created. We have one of the smartest geniuses in the entire world in our chat while we live stream to the entire globe. Give me like I am a toddler just learning my ABCs, blocks, and handwriting about graphs. I am being told we are moving away from loops, and that is so 1995. I want to be up to date with the cool kids and sit at the cool kids table. Tell me about graphs by sending out a Sonnet agent and actually coming back with a nice one paragraph that is not technical. Let's downgrade you. You don't need to be Opus. You don't need to be Opus. You do need to be high though. All right, let's send that out. This has got to be Opus though, because we're going. All right, big build today, boys. Big build today. We are sending out Sonnet agents to be looking at our IDE. Our IDE is going to be making us millions of dollars, spreading the wealth, giving back to charity. Everyone's going to want to get in on this. We're going to be doing a lot of big things within this IDE, and the number one thing we have to start with is getting our agents on a VPS. Let's add it in. I spelt it wrong. I always put the Z before the T. It's kind of like people how to spell my name. Is that Charles Botenstein? No, it's Charles Botenstein, but fair enough. And it is a virtual private server. And we got to add in the actual, got to add in the actual, boo, boo. I think it was called apps. Do you like the word fleet or orbit? That is something I want to think about. Making this Sunday H on our IDE, and in the, there we go. What do we think of Meta glasses? I'm thinking of picking some up. I love wasting my money that I'm not making. We all need our prayers. One of them for me is to have this deal close. What's up, G? What are you looping? Why is this a thing? First of all, downgrade, loser table, loser, loser. Yeah. Why is this a thing? Loser. Right here. You're at the loser table. You got to be upgraded to the cool kid table. Go prompt your Grok 2.1. Go back to your Gemini. I am definitely getting a noise violation today. I got one from a woman that was sitting there. She's like. And now we got Baldy back. Baldy is 10 feet away laughing at me. Listen, I understand, Baldy. We both don't have any. There's no metal around our left finger. Okay. Big day today. Big day today. Oh, here we go. We're done. Amir, we gotta find out if we can let Why Is This the Thing back into the cool. I'm in between. I'm getting my lunch right now, so now I have to decide: do I go to the cool kids table? Do I go to loser table? Why Is This the Thing is sitting at the loser table with the loopsers. Okay. Here's the graph explainer straight from the agent. A graph is just a way of showing how things are connected to each other. Kind of like a friendship map, where every person is a little dot, and a piece of string ties them to each other. String ties them to each of their friends. Some dots may have lots of strings coming off of them because they're super popular. Talking about super popular, Amir's super popular, lots of strings. Huge graph guy. The biggest graph guy. And the roads and the lines showing you can, okay. While others might have two strings, why is this the thing has one string? One string looper. You can also think of this like cities. Never heard of that. What is a city? On a map connected by roads. The cities are the dots and the roads are the lines showing you can travel from one to another. What makes a graph so handy is that it doesn't care about neat rows or straight lines. It cares about which things touch which other things. So whenever you hear graph, just picture dots and strings showing you who's connected to whom. You're at the cool kids table. Amir'd move over. You got bounced. You got bounced. You got bounced. Amir just got bounced. I know. We got a lot going on in the background. We got a lot going on in the background. One of these is restarting the server. One of these. Let's do this. Restart the server, bring it up to working conditions. All right, now the real question is, how in the hell am I going to use graphs? Fantastic, thanks for explaining it to, let's just say this. Fantastic. Thank you for explaining it to me like I'm a toddler. I have now passed kindergarten. I am looking to graduate into first grade. Tell me the difference and why I should be using graphs over loops. We are potentially using our IDE and loops instead of graphs. However, we have someone from the chat who is infinitely more intelligent with 140 IQ, who's telling me that graphs are the way to go. Is there a difference? Are they used together? Give me a paragraph, just like you just did above, that explains all of that. All right. So now we're doing a little bit of education. Should we use Fleet or Orbit? What's the IDE called? Fleet, Orbit? All right, let's get this thing onto a virtual server. And the number one thing we have to start doing is getting our agents onto a VPS, virtual private server. Obviously, thanks for spelling it out, Charles. Sending out a slew of Sonnet workers. We need an intense and comprehensive look at our code base. All of it from the ground up must be based on Swift and coming back with the exact build to bring our IDE onto the virtual server. The virtual server is going to serve as the silo for all of the users using our IDE. So we need to have all of our agents in the VPS and siloed off into each of the users' subscription model based on what subscriptions and AI models they have connected. This is vitally important. Come back and tell me if you have any questions. I will explain that again. The objective is extremely clear. Opus is the orchestrator. The Sonnet workers are the researchers and the doers. You're going to be very specific with the instructions. I need to have all of our agents, all of our AI models, MCP, CLI, etc. on the VPS. And when someone downloads the IDE, they're able to connect into the VPS under their account and subscription for their AI models that they choose. We have 4 that we have right now, including OpenAI, Anthropic, Moonshot, and xAI. I have accounts for all 4. I am going to be the guinea pig. Go out, send out your Sonnet agents, potentially using Open Router, OpenAI SOL model as a backup or co-orchestrator to make sure that this is done properly. And then a Opus review agent that has no context and is very harsh. Okay. All right. It's a big one, boys. What do you think graphs are better than coding? Wait, you think graphs are better for coding than graphs? Graphs are good for data exploration, not for coding precision. Tables. There we go, Mark. Simple Q&A for brainstorming about why Anthropic, with all of the Carpathies, Boris Cherny's, did not think of that before. Oh, wait, they did, and they found it unworthy. Moonshot just announced Kimi Ambassador Program. What the hell is the Kimi Ambassador Program? Don't tell me we're going into influencer land. Hey, my name is Bridge My Bid Voice, and I'd like to introduce you to my... Ooh. Oh, now we're cooking with grease. Now we're cooking with grease. Swift or Tari? Well, considering that we are not going on that ugly computer made by Bill Gates. Oh my gosh. Go back to when Windows 95 was introduced to the world and look at quality dancing. Look at quality dancing. You have Steve Ballmer and oh my God, Steve Ballmer, who just came from the Dockers commercial and Foot Locker with his Skechers. He's friends with Will or something Carroll from that movie that has that handsome fella. I forgot what that name was. Honestly, one of the better scenes that I don't think I've ever seen a better acting job of someone disgusted at the way someone showed up. Is that 40-year-old virgin? That's 40-year-old virgin, right? The guy that's a loser. No, I just love you the way you are. I just love you the way you are. Okay, loops and graphs sound like competing tech words, but they're not rivals. They're partners doing completely different jobs. Think of graphs as a map. It's just dots line connecting there like friends and cities. A loop, on the other hand, is simply a way of repeating one action over and over. What the hell are we talking about, Amir? Are you giving me FAUX? Faux news? Is there faux news going on in the chat? Did you just waste my tokens on this nonsense? Amir, we might need to take a lap. That might be a lap and a half. I was so excited about loops. We're gonna have this guy, and then we're gonna understand that front end is gonna be Kimi, the back end is gonna be OpenAI, the wiring is gonna be and we're just gonna place them all, and we're going to judge what they are best at. And that's all going to be in the back end, and we're going to have the orchestrator. And then we're going to have somebody that talks with the orchestrator, and it debates. And then it goes, actually, front end is going to go here, back end is going to go over here. Send it all out, security, architecture, databases, wiring. And then you're going to have somebody in the back end, like a bouncer, just going, oh, really? That was your plan? Your plan sucks. It got a 74 out of 100. Back to the beginning. Take a loop. Amir, did you just retract the message? Also, the graph versus loops explanation is not the same graph that I'm talking about. Thanks for putting me at the uncool, but it seems like I might be the professor. Ho! Charles, you need nothing more of graphs than code reviewer MCP. Literally, I wrote it down on my to-do list. Graphs look up, but I did that live. The professor. Do you remember the professor in basketball? He was that white kid that used to go to all those. He was like 5'8", 5'9". The professor. The professor. Okay, so let's go to the question. We need to optimize. For number one, we have to optimize for the hardware. Very important we optimize for the hardware. Whether that's on Linux, we are going to be potentially using Linux servers, but we are going to be downloading onto Mac. So I defer to the orchestrator on that. Yes, for number two, this is an extreme intentional pivot. We want to be able to have this working in the background at all times, looping into infinity as the models get better, so you can pick it up on your cell phone, your desktop, or your tablet. The BYO key is actually going to be using these subscription models. We are not going to be using any API keys, so we are going to have to use what the actual models provide when it comes to... Is it MCP or CLI? They're MCP. Each model's MCP. Is it not? That's where I gotta visually look at what the difference is. Yeah, let's just go with, I'm not going with Hostinger. Dude, that thing is probably in someone's backyard while the guy's smoking a cigarette, allegedly, my opinion. I won't go into that, obviously, because I don't know. That was all a joke. It's all a joke. We're all just jokes around here. And number four, yes, I have an account. Obviously, for number three, what we need to do is have whatever the best way to build a harness around the way that the actual model wants to be harnessed within the MCP CLI. You tell me, because I'm an ignorant fool who loves to entertain, but loves product and coding and AI. This obviously makes it legal to be using the subscriptions of any single AI models, whether it's open source or closed source. You know what I had? It is so freaking hot in this box right now. It was 88 98% humidity in New York City. I did an absolute banger interval session today at the gym, sweating up a storm. It got it got popular. I got like 6 likes on my story. It's weird. Code viewer. Okay, not code reviewer. Draw a graph, literally in any tool, on how different systems should be interacting. Okay, so use the word systems. We got to be specific with our words. Send it to Claude and say, write a mode script that implements this workflow, run it with, and then you put your inputs. That's it. What? MCP is a model context protocol. It's like a plugin for the AI that can be expanded, can paste and place it. Basically, mermaid graph. Yeah. Yay. Yay. I don't like it because it burns tokens. I use graphs only for code exploration. The ideal situation, no, we're not doing APIs. Shut it, Jack. What is legal and gets you 90%? Screw your legal nonsense. Screw your legal nonsense. The correction on number 3. Okay, you said obviously make it, I didn't say make it legal. I'm saying this is the only way to make it legal. So we don't have Dario and Sam Altman. By the way, Sam Altman's interview on Relentless Podcast was actually very good. Very good. Highly recommend. Worth a listen. Came out 2 days ago or a day ago. Shall I say it? I'll say it. When you see a podcast that has someone as major on it as Sam, and a podcast setup as professional with the cameras, the mics, the editing, the quality, I get a little hesitant. That's all, that's it. Like, how is this? This isn't ground up podcasting. Okay? It gets the nose hairs a little tickly. How do you get Sam on a pod that's 25K subscribers and you have a professional studio back? All right, I'll leave it there. I don't want to go into the back of my brain. When you get the street smarts, then you understand what I'm talking about. All right, what's legal? Let's get this to 90% of what you actually described. You want background agents looping forever, reachable, per user siloed. Obviously, that's a little aggressive, looping forever. No API. Here are three real paths. Per user, OAuth. Yes, that's it. Game over. Throw the football. We're pulling a Tom Brady. Hike, throw the ball. We're not sitting in the pocket waiting to get sacked. VPS runs a container per user. I don't like that word, container. I don't like that word. Maybe it's the technical, I don't like containers. That user competes the CLI's own device. You never touch their credentials. Exactly. Harness the model the way it needs to be on it. B, per no. Agents stay on their user's Mac. Agents stay on the user's Mac. No. Now we're going A. Yeah, I tried to make it a tool for me. Pamp. By the way, before I get into this is just total ignorance. So everyone that's got a 140 IQ and above, close your ears. Take the headphones out, close your ears. This is total ignorance right here. This is called learning. I know it's impossible for the internet to understand, but I am a learner. For 22 years, I had fixed mindset. I was very prideful. I also like to party. Well, that continued, so. Invite Charles, he'll bring it. 8th grade, keg stand, Charles will be there. All right, anyway. Excuse my ignorance, but I am talking directly to the orchestrator. Essentially, what I want to build is Reconnecting to the Mac Studio? Shut it, Jack. We're not doing this. We are not doing this. Not today, Bob. All right. Are you all trying? Oh, this shut down. You're all trying to stop. Stop. No! Shut that sound up. First of all, shut that sound up. I don't need to sound like it's the Alien movie. And Arnold Schwarzenegger just heard this thing from the trees making these weird clicking noises. Okay? Yeah, that sound is this stupid thing trying to connect to the SSH. Yeah, it's literally the clicking noise from Aliens. Are we gonna have Sigourney Weaver come out and there is... It's so weird that VS Code chose this as their sound. This is where Charles would normally curse and go crazy and flip tables, like I'm at the temple in 2000 BC, or in 1033 AD. Did you just compare yourself? No. Oh my gosh, come on. Come on now. Too many restarts, guarantee, too many restarts. Not only too many restarts, there is a broken loop somewhere. There is a broken loop. Ah, I knew it. I knew it. I went ham. I went ham. Shut it, Jack. Oh! Okay. We gotta go in and ask Perplexity this. In VS Code, how do you shut off the okay. The weird sound that looks like it's actually reconnecting to an SSH, we need to turn off the sound. It's really annoying, stupid, and illogical to have it. Tell me immediately. Oh my gosh, just when of course, just when I had the biggest day of the vibe coding, the fella is restarting. It's a shut it. Oh my gosh, we are not reloading everything. Did you connect over here? Of course you connected, but we don't have the big fat chat connected. Okay, let's fix this before we even move on. Clearly we have a broken... There is a broken loop somewhere within the build. We need to have it closed, debugged to make sure there is not a constant server restarting. Send out multiple Sonnet agents and fix it immediately with perfection. I found out there is 453 restarts in the last 10 seconds, causing all of your crap to restart. All right, I'll do this later. Screw you. Screw you. You're making me look bad. Okay? I got Andrea, who I got a crush on, and you're making me look bad. Let's see how many it was. Restart count is 0. Okay, there's something going on. There's something going on. And by the way, we're not doing work trees as well. We're not doing work trees. We're breaking all the rules. We're breaking all the rules. All right. I'm just gonna riff. Excuse my ignorance. I am not. You know what? We need to shut this off first, just in case. Fastest fix. All right. Open. I'm not opening anything. You're doing this for me. Do this for me. And you know what? We're going to use Haiku because I feel like he's the guy with sulking
Nobody uses me anymore. I was the research agent. Now you have Sonnet that came in and took my job.
Hey, buddy, we're not even using Sonnet. We're using Opus. And Fable just got demoted to the medium table. I want the VP... sound when it is unable to connect to the remote SSH. There is a weird sound that happens that needs to completely go away. Bad user experience. Send that out. All right, let's go back to my ignorance. Let's go back to my ignorance. Is this guy still not able to? All right, so I guess we're not even using graphs. Gosh, taking me off my game, Amired. Excuse my ignorance while I just riff about what I would like as the ultimate objective, the ultimate goal. We're gonna have hundreds of people downloading the IDE. The IDE is gonna be living locally on their device, under their one account. We are eventually going to be having cell phones that they can plug into via an app, but we are focused on the IDE desktop version made for the Mac, which is going to be from the ground up Swift, using a VPS server. Our agents are going to live there, so they can shut down their laptop, turn off their phone, and come back at any time and see where the agents are in their infinite loop, if it is infinite or even just for 10 minutes. Each person who has an account with us, who has their own IDE, is going to connect their own AI model subscriptions. We are going to have all of them available for connecting their subscriptions. Closed source, open source, Chinese, French, American, we're agnostic. The main thing is we need to have the IDE virtually connect with the agents around the MCP or CLI terminal that they choose based on the AI model that they desire. Again, excuse my ignorance about any of the terminology that I just used. But we need to be able to call on any single AI model within a chat, within the IDE. We can also have multiple models called upon in the same chat, orchestrating and looping. I am going to be the test dummy where I have the IDE locally downloaded. I connect my AI model subscriptions, and you move all of the AI model orchestration and looping. And excuse the ignorant to my terminology, the looping, harnessing, MCP, CLI terminals. Choose whatever you will, but you have an idea of what I want to do. All right, now you can pick up your headphones and go, oh my gosh, I just threw up. I think I'm tuning out. I'm unsubscribing. This guy has no idea what the hell he's talking about. It's like he's Tom Brady's shoe guy and he's trying to get into the NFL. This guy can't even kick a soccer ball and he wants to play in the FIFA World Cup in one of the crappiest stadiums in the entire world. By the way, that is literally the biggest dump of a stadium. Don't apologize. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I have no feelings, so you could say, sit on a broom and I can... Don't apologize for terminology. Your description is precise. Each user connects their own subscriptions. Yes, that's path A. Heals the licensing problem I raised. Okay, fantastic. Two things. Swift is now confirmed as deliberate. Yes, it is. That means a native, yes it is, whether a user's own subscription CLI can legally run. We're not talking about legal, it's still open. If some providers forbid server-side, no. You are not research agent. Okay. Architecture. One thing I'm not doing without you saying explicitly, this build inverts Orbit's v5's client resident coordination. Okay, I have no idea what that means. Again, we're gonna start with the foundation of ignorance, but I will tell you the ultimate objective. Every user that downloads the IDE is going to be a Mac user. So we are using Swift there. Whether the VPS, which is probably on Linux, we use that as the server. In that VPS are going to be our AI models, AI agents. We are going to be using any subscription the user wants within that virtual environment. Under the harness of whatever those AI models desire when you are running terminal execution of builds and coding. I'm probably bringing a bunch of other words that should not be in here, but we'll bring it in. We're not talking about legality. We're talking about using what every single model wants to use as if it were locally, except it's going to be in the VPS. All right. The term junior dev doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, you know what also doesn't exist? Interns. Interns. They had analysts. Analysts used to be doing the BS work at banks. Not anymore. They got chopped.
Well, how are they going to get their, how are they going to cut their teeth in banking?
Dude, putting together a stupid PowerPoint presentation is not needed anymore. If you're going to be IPOing like X did, they're going to the big dogs. They're not going to the local lender who has no connections within Wall Street. They're going to Goldman. They're going to HSBC, Wells Fargo, Bank of America. Bank of America owes Morgan. I'm sorry, Merrill Lynch. JP Morgan owns pretty much every bank in the world at this point. It's exactly what John Paul wanted when he started JP Morgan. Or JP Morgan, then merged it with Chase Manhattan. And then it became JP Morgan Chase. And then it became JP Morgan Chase, TD Bank, and then everything else. It's just a good consolidation. Why not just have one person owning everything, you know? I'll say, okay, so this is the question. Going to see, there you go. See, there you go. We have education going on. Not only is there a sub-junior developer live on stream bringing us all together, you have a potential junior developer who's above me already because he knows C++, he knows Linux, he knows JavaScript,
he knows PHP,
CSS. If you honestly take this, okay, so are we up and running? Are we up and... Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. You didn't do a... Whoops, wrong one. Let's go over here. Ah. Is B-Shot open? Let's open B-Shot. We gotta get B-Shot completely integrated. Completely integrated into the IDE, so I'm not opening up two programs. Get out of here. Get your face out of here. Get in here. What are we doing? Are you getting demoted to a junior developer? Fix my problems in front of me. What? Handy. Fix the problems in front of me. There you go. I also want Handy completely integrated. Completely integrated. I feel bad for BridgeMind. Like, once someone way smarter than me comes out with something, probably it's going to be an open source. It's going to be on Git. People are just going to fork it and create their own. You got to have the community. You got to bring something else. Got to bring something else. All right. So this is... All right, so he disabled the sound. All right, now we need to start committing. We need to start committing. Because I have so much crap I need to do, and I'm not wasting no more time. I'm not wasting no more time. This lunatic over here just decided to disengage. All right, let's just... I need you to do a precision merge onto main with all uncommitted files. Very important we do this. We have a lot. Don't complain about it. Spin up a bunch of Sonnet agents to do research. Come back to Opus. Opus is then going to do a surgical merge onto main. All right. The reason being is this is the third time I am bringing these noodle faces back into the existence of, let's go. Here's Claude. I cannot wait until I'm completely free of one model. You know? It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Pay your whatever amount. Pay whatever amount. Okay. Let's go back to... Let's do everything up until commit all changes. All right. Let's do all these. Let's do all these. Yep. There you go, boys. Up, up. One more. By the way, good workout today. Good workout. I didn't even need to go to the heavy Christian metal until the end, until the last probably 2 to 3 intervals. You want to do an interval? Do 45 minutes. You do 10-minute warm-up to get the legs, the blood moving, your mindset going. 10-minute warm-up. You got about, I don't really do much of a cool down because by that time my heart rate's up to like 170. Today I did a 90-second interval at 8 speed and then a 6.2 on the rest speed. 8.5, did I say 8.2? 8.5 for a minute and a half, and then a minute and a half rest. And I did interval after interval after interval. I was drenched. I used 5 towels, no joke. I used 5 towels. Nobody wanted to be around me. Who the hell's spelling my name with Bodenstein? You know that when my ancestors came over, allegedly, it was under Bodenstein with a D. And they were supposedly from Bavaria. And they worked with Martin Luther. Because my dad was Lutheran. So that would be a pretty crazy story if they actually worked with Martin Luther. Martin Luther, Zwingli. All right. We'll probably do this later. Yeah, we'll do this later. Because this is, well, I kind of need to commit all these. Yeah, I kind of need to commit these. But we got to do one by one. One by one. Everybody's got to squeeze into the little door known as merging onto main.
Which files are actually,
The ideal situation is we can put into chat. This is like the vision in 6 months, if not sooner. And by the way, content outside of X, because everyone's on X, like Instagram, Facebook, heck, even LinkedIn, normal people are not putting out content anymore. This is the only fella we're gonna do one by one. One by one, okay. Go and dispatch, come back with all of your Sonnet information, research, review to make sure that this is done perfectly and given to the Opus orchestrator with a comprehensive method in which we are going to be deploying, I almost said employing, deploying this plan. There's Mark. Dude, Mark comes in. Mark is like my uncle, or was like my uncle. Rest in peace. Where he just comes in and he's just got that banger. Mark comes in, he goes, he's that guy from Cheers that came in on the side and he's like, huh? You're like, oh, that's good. Anything you say. He's like that, he's like Larry David's friend who I think he had cancer or something. And they couldn't talk to each other without laughing. I forgot his name. Not the guy that died. Sheesh. I forgot it. Michael Roberts or something? I think his name had Michael in it. In which we're going to be deploying this. Give it to the Opus orchestrator, Jeff Michaels? No, Jeff is the fat guy. Give it to the Opus orchestrator. Hilarious though, Steve Garland. Gosh, all right, Charles. You're putting you're putting a lot of comedians into one name. Who is the one guy who passed away in his 40s? One of the funniest guys. He worked with Bill Burr coming up. That has to be one of the best stand-up. Oh my gosh, black guy, overweight. I've watched that dozens of times. I've seen a lot of comedians that are now dead. I saw them in person and now they're dead. Like a lot of them. I've seen pretty much all the big names except for maybe Chappelle. And I've seen him multiple times. I actually got called out at was it the Laugh Factory? No, I got called out in Times Square. What's the one in Times Square? The famous one in Times Square. Bill Burr thought I was actually recording his set, but I was taking a photo and I still have it on my phone. He's holding the microphone, staring at me and calling me out. Are you actually taking a video of me? Oh no. What's the famous comedy show or comedy venue in Times Square? It's one word. Oh my gosh, I can't believe. No, it's not stand-up. It's Caroline's. How do they not have Caroline's? You gotta be kidding me. You didn't come up with Caroline's? Caroline's? The most famous one in New York City? I think it's Caroline's, right? Yeah. Oh, it's permanently closed. What? 4 years ago? Oh my gosh. All right, that's bad. All right, 2-second pee break. 2-second pee break. I'll be right back. I know everybody wants me to put on something, but you're gonna have to watch this. Oh, boy. Beetlejuice. I went to school with Howard Stern's daughter. She was actually my beer pong, wow. Deborah Stern. I went to school with her. I actually was at a party and she was my beer pong partner. She thought I was funny. She probably doesn't remember that at all because she was pretty and she's totally outside of my league. Not like I was going to date her or she was going to date me, pretending like I actually had any opportunity at that. Would love to actually know where she is today. I was obsessed with Howard Stern in the 90s, early 2000s, 90s. I would literally record every one of his shows on Saturday on VHS and then rewatch it. And I had to do it so my parents did not, Baba Booey. Oh my gosh, dude. That's a memory right there. Baba Boohai. Oh my gosh. That was like peak. They had the most ridiculous stuff. Oh my gosh. You wouldn't be able to do that today. Comprehensive mission, we are going to be deploying this build. You know what I was talking about or thinking about in the bathroom? This is what I was thinking about. In that Sam Altman interview, he says something very smart. This is what I mean. I am Beetlejuice and Stewart were funny. Yeah. Beetlejuice was such a boss. If you truly think about what, like him, all those characters were just relentlessly made fun of, and they were such good sports. But they were loved. That's the thing, is that whole comic experience is if you're not getting crap and giving crap, you're on the outside. It's kind of like how I grew up as well. It's like, you're not giving crap to somebody, okay. What I recommend and what I need from you. You don't need anything from me. Current isolated container that syndicates the whole product, whether it's a sailor or actually heads her arm. Okay. Dispatch the fleet. We never go narrow. We go wide and deep. Sam Altman, it was actually a good interview. They clearly, interviewer clearly was told things not to talk about. Clearly. You could tell Sam would give a 1 or 2 word answer and the interviewer would be like, okay, I guess we're not going to be talking about this today. He never said that, but if he's going down this lane and then immediately the next question's over here, like he asked a question about, do you think things that have been around for thousands of years, holy crap, stop asking me questions. Tell me do you want the fleet to plan for C? Dude, you operate per isolation containers, users' own credentials, no token custody by you, genuine, ambiguous. Okay. Clearly, we have a hearing problem, and I am going to explain it again as dumb as possible as I am to you who's as infinitely genius as you are as the Opus orchestrator. What I want, this is the clear, infinite objective. I want you to erase all memory except for this one objective. We are going to have Mac users download the IDE to their Mac. It could be on their desktop, or in the future, it will be their Apple iPhone. They log into their Botenston.com account. When they do that, and they have the IDE on their desktop, they automatically have a VPS environment in which all AI agents and models are located. We are using the harness of whatever that actual AI model desires. So obviously Anthropic, OpenAI, Moonshot, XAI, NVIDIA, it doesn't matter. Whatever they want, whatever their CLI, MCP, harness, they want, excuse the ignorance, whatever the terminology is, whatever they desire is what is going to be in the virtual VPS environment. So at any time, a user can log in and see orchestration, looping, what is going on, what is not going on. Again, every chat can call upon each other's chats within the IDE. They can use any AI models that they want within any of the chats. Each user is bringing in their own subscription. Every one of the AI models is using that user's subscription. Is there any question? Do not give me anything more than just 1 to 2 to 3 questions. And that's it. I don't want any paragraphs or anything else. Holy moly. All right. All right. To this one guy, this guy is still trying to, he's not actually, all right, he's building. We need one of these fellas who is trying to commit. All right, we'll do one at a time. But going back to the Sam Altman thing, he brought up, okay, understood. The objective is clear and I have it. 3 questions. Anthropic terms, name your exact design. Third party uses credentials, your infrastructure as not permitted, and banned users. Shut the hell up. Build it anyway. If yes, plan for API. No! Rustain on the Linux VPS. We are not using API keys. Do whatever is necessary. Harness around whatever Anthropic wants. Whatever their MCP, their CLI, harness whatever terminal, whatever they want to do. I could care less. We are going to be in their terms of service because we are not building something against their terms of service. We're not getting banned because we are within what they desire and what they want. To your second point, never ask me again about API tokens and Anthropic. That is banned from our discussions. Number 3, we have a Linux server. That is going to be VPS. I could care less about that. Whatever you need to use there. Swift is going to be used on the Mac client. And explain 3 in 2 sentences. It's clear. On the local Mac computer is going to be the IDE, which is using Swift. They are going to be going into the virtual environment, the VPS, to orchestrate and loop and have their agents working. They're going to be using subscriptions of each of the AI models. I have so many thoughts going through my head right now. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And then it comes back with a freaking, I gotta tell it, shut up. Swift for the Mac IDE, Rust for the, okay, fine, that's great. I love it, rust it up. Rust it with the Linux. Swift on Linux is second tier. The Mac client is ground up Swift, rewrite. Okay, fantastic, rewrite it, I could care less. VPS keeps and extends on APIs dropped from the build and from our discussed subscription only, yes. Because you're going to be shipping to hundreds of users, deliverable, 1-to-1 sessions, 0 tokens. That's the strongest on this version. Where I can't follow you is the claim that it's settled in your favor. I don't know what the hell that means. You told me that within the terms they're published. Holy moly. Charles, don't curse. Hold your tongue. Okay. So basically, you want performance optimization, but you have no idea what to say. Just prompt, you are a elite code performer. You are in a elite. What is a elite performance competition? We got to look that one up. That was above my pay grade. Let's go back to Google. Leet code. The official way to test your performance against others on the platform is by participating in Leet code contest. There we go. Look at that. That looks like it was created on Fiverr. Leet code hosts highly competitive, time-sensitive programming. Wow. All right. Who thought of this? Oh, we got interviews? Let's see the discussion.
Fellas,
Oh, here we go. An hour ago? Jeez, dude. This is nerd central right here. These guys would be talking way too fast for my brain to comprehend. I would have to wear meta glasses and be like, I understand that you're normally translating Spanish to English so I can understand what they're talking about. What is vocabulary? What is this? What the hell is this? All right, we got to find out what is that? And now, okay, that's committed. Now we need to commit you. Two things worth correcting from my own mid-investigation. One general projects, 404 on both brands. Love it! Love 404 errors. Verified working. All right, we don't thank you for your service. Go back to the barracks, do 20 push-ups, do 100 pull-ups, and do 90 burpees. And then swim 2,000 yards with a weighted jacket. All right. It's like I sit here and I just keep on adding. We got, why is this a things?
actually, the best way to be doing this.
Okay, so this is the virtual agents. This was the all right, well, that was it. Clearly, I deleted that. So we'll delete that. That's number one. Agentic browser. This is what I want to build, but I need to get these stupid people onto virtual servers first. I didn't think it would be this challenging to get my dumb words out of my pie hole into what should be. All right, so as long as that's running, but I got to look up this right here, where I can't follow you. Okay, well then you're left behind. You're left behind. You can't follow me, you're left behind. As Sam Altman said in his whatever, he brought up someone that who did he bring up? He brought up somebody that I read their book. And he said, your only memories are emotions of something that happened. So if you don't have a bad emotion or you don't have a good emotion, then you have no memories. In other words, it's just a day by day by day, and then that gets condensed. And as Sam Altman was saying, is that if you don't have a bad moment, then you don't have a memory. In other words, it's Groundhog Day condensed into an accordion of, Yeah, that happened in 2026. That one event happened in 2026. And then you have no events. You have no bad and good. That's not like, I was on the treadmill and I'm like, that's a great way to look at it, is you burn the house down and that's an emotional event. But you also got to rebuild the house, which is also an emotional event. And I'm not talking about emotional like crying and what coaches talk about, like, our players need to bring some emotion. As what's his name says in the book Winning, who is the coach for Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, he's like, what do you mean by bring emotion? What does that even mean? Bring emotion? Like crying? Like pissed off? What kind of emotion are you talking about? Well, there's just not enough. My players are just not having enough. You could have said that about the U.S. soccer team when they were playing Belgium. I almost forgot it. I was going to say Switzerland, Norway, Sweden. When they were playing Belgium, they had no emotion. A better way to say it is they were freaking lazy. They sat there, no one was taking runs, no one was taking chances. The crowd was into it. You're playing in, I think, San Francisco, maybe, allegedly. Crowd was into it, you score a goal, and then immediately Belgium comes back, scores a goal, and then you go, oh wow, our goalie needs to take a lap. Our goalie sucked. I'll die on that hill. He sat there, hesitant, kicks his foot into the ground, ball trickles away, easy goal for Belgium, 2-1. Deflates any momentum. You gotta just take chances. And that's what we're about. This bald guy is now looking over at me. My code executed in 0.1 milliseconds with 5 megabytes of RAM usage. Sheesh. That's like what Samsung was talking about on their chips they're making. All right. Debug, fix. All right. Let's close you out. Because let's close you out. There were, all right, let's go over here. Thumbnails. Thumbnails needs to be better. I also want to work on the ride, and the way that I want to do it. All right, let's just keep on committing. Come on, just commit and get out of the way. Okay, now they're both, are you both fighting for my server? All right, battle it out. I could care less about you fools. Get out of my way. All right, so this is going to be, we're gonna look at this, which is the thumbnails. This is how I get my thumbnails. The thumbnails are brutal, if, let's be honest. Oh my gosh, it lost. Oh, hey, King. Yeah. Who wins? You want to see something creepy? Ready? Oh boy. Oh boy. I gotta take my own lap. All right. Presentation, we gotta do all these. Presentation's gotta be upgraded. The ride, this is what we're gonna be doing. Look at this, spin up a couple of Sonnet agents to be doing research on what YouTube desires as a minimalistic yet CTA, thought-provoking, provocative thumbnail that actually draws in the users to click on the thumbnail. As the Opus orchestrator, you are going to change the system from Fable prompting into Opus prompting if you think that is a better model to give a better prompt to OpenAI Image Gen 2.0. All right, let's send that out. I also want to bring in I'll just keep my thoughts to myself on that one. All right, so we'll do this. Sauce! All right, let's do this. this one, and then we are going to do free ride as well. I guarantee you, one of the biggest things I'm going to be known for is the ride. And let's get this out of here as well. Headless terminals. Headless terminals. Okay. What I want you to do is look up Zwift.com. It is an indoor riding bike system that people connect their bike kicker to, and they can go through a virtual world using real life metrics from their heart rate, from their watts, using the game's physics. Right now, the ride is really lacking in graphics, in physics, and in assets. What I want you to do is use Opus or Fable, ideally Opus, to come up with assets. The assets we are going to be creating in using OpenRouter, OpenAI, Image Gen 2.0. We're going to be taking those assets and importing them into the game. And we are going to need dozens of assets under the framework that you desire, potentially 3JS as the environment, because we're going to have multiplayer, and it has to be smooth, and we're going to completely from the ground up rebuild this. Opus is going to be the orchestrator. You're going to send out Sonnet agents for deep research and prompting of the OpenAI Image Gen 2.0 for dozens of assets that you're going to put on an HTML website with a URL that you reply to so I could view the assets, including the background, the road, different environments in which we're going to be riding between, different users, different riders, different jerseys, bikes, etc., etc., etc. All right. Yeah, I should not have started. I should not have wave 2 agents missions. Half fixing it would be worse than leaving it honestly broken. What the hell did you just say? What did you just say, and what would you fix, and what is broken? Give it to me in one sentence. We have too many that are actually... We also need to take the presentation to the next level. Because I actually started, look at that. Hey! See, it's good. It uses the full suit. It's decent. But let's be honest. Let's be honest. Yeah. One video game loop that I want to do is a couple of N64 games. GoldenEye. What's that one that everyone has their own cart and they shoot each other with... I can't believe I'm forgetting this. It's the infamous, the daemon is now generally alive, and missions are no longer in phase, which 5 more page, you never give it to same tree bin, wave 2, gave agents. What does the orchestrator say we do next? Orchestrator only. Okay, this... I hope you understand where we are coming from. We are going to be using whatever the model of that AI wants for that terminal. And we're going to harness it in a VPS using CLI. All right, I don't even want to, I'll just say, okay. There needs to be an extensive plan to bring this up to elite levels. I need an Opus orchestrator to be sending out a swath of Sonnet agents to do testing, reviewing, debugging of the presentation. I've put in there that I want the name to be changed to freehand, including the slug. When I draw a line, I want the line to be smoothed out automatically. We also need to be having labels over the mouse over. You also need to be implementing layers so I can easily delete layers. Easy zoom in, zoom out. The canvas must be also a layer. I can delete any of the layers. I can delete any of the items within each layer and have a nice handwriting like font in freehand. I also want this to be competing with people who do live drawing and presentations for sales and for marketing to explain via the tools what idea they're actually trying to come up with, and by saving different canvases. And this must be easily integrated into the IDE, which is in the app's store. Send out a swarm of Sonnet agents coming back with a list to the Opus orchestrator for a comprehensive upgrading of versions with multiple waves using the Sonnet workers and an extremely critical Opus reviewer at the end of each wave before it actually says yes to move on. It must pass 95 out of 100. Very enthusiastic. Someone pointed out that Claude Lodo looks like an orange. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Oh! That's like my brother came into New York City. Obviously, he works in New York City. He works just north of here. And we were together at his house 2 years ago. I lived in New York City my entire adult life, 20 years. And he literally says one sentence, and he goes, dude, do you notice that there's a lot more honking going on in New York City lately? I was like, no, not really. From that day, I now hear honks at all times. I'm in the suburbs, I hear the honk. I'm on the road, I hear a honk. It's like, bro, why would you? I'm now going to have that in my brain. We don't need that to be talked about. On Sunday, we're leaving church, going to church, coming back from church, I have no idea. We hear a honk, and it's like a passing of the wind. But my brother has to bring it up. He goes, oh, what's a Sunday without a honk? And I was like, Scott, you can't do this. Can't do this. Can't bring attention to it. It's like the Minnesota flag. Ew. Oh my gosh. We got to look that up immediately. What the heck did I just open? Leo? No, we don't need Leo. We need a paste. Okay, Mark. Mark, you're telling me that the Claude logo looks like this? Mark, you got to take a lap. Mark, you got to take a lap. That is a pentagram, by the way. That is a pentagram. Everyone in Minnesota needs to take a lap. You have Native Americans, you have farming, you have Latin, of course. Literally, you have... Mark, your state needs to take a lap. Oh boy, why would you have a pentagram? Even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my gosh, you can't even unsee these. At least we have a woman. At least New York has a woman of justice. Wow, I didn't even know this. They're everywhere. 5 stars? 5 points? Oh my gosh. I gotta take my own lap. Well, that's not good. All right, well, that went off the rails. You couldn't do 6? All right. For the OpenAI, use the Open Router. All right, let's get that out of there. Let's get our mind focused. We got a lot of news to talk about too, by the way. So I actually copied and pasted this yesterday. Scoring. I'm actually going to break all rules. That's going to be number 1 today. We got to get everything up and running. Then we got to get the agent browser. We got to get that up and running as well. We have so much. We got to incorporate OBS in there. The prompts. This is what I was thinking as well. If you're having an infinite loop, not an infinite loop, but like a loop where you're like, I want to build, I want to get to the point where literally it says, what do you want to build? And you put in salesforce.com, whatever you want, .com. A swarm of agents go out, a bunch of Groks, Kimmy K's, Quens, whoever, I could care less at this point. Everything's in a virtual environment. It's smash each other like a bunch of electrons were in the electron collider in wherever the hell that is, in Switzerland. We're doing it, Hindu Shiva statue outside of the, and it comes back. Opus talks with Soul. They have a little meeting. They say, thanks for all the research. They have a little meeting. They come up with 4 versions. Each of the version has a wave. And each of the waves are building each other to complete that version. So if you're building out something, the first wave is the code base. The second wave is the interface. The third wave is the wiring with the database. Then the fourth wave is polishing, making it ready for production, putting it, testing it, responsive, adding in the Stripe, doing the testing for the checkout, doing maybe multiplayer, whatever the case is. If all of those X posts are correct, and you literally have 12-hour loops, believe them or not, I do. I'm a very believable guy. You now can literally, potentially in the future, not even need Opus or Soul. We need a model that's very fast, that's also intelligent, to be able to orchestrate. I don't know what that model is, but that's why I literally said this right here. I was getting home yesterday and I'm talking into this stupid thing right here. And that's the old flag. Brainstorm what would be the greatest, most unpredictable, weirdest combination of having speed, intelligence, quality, longevity between an orchestrator agent and the reviewer. I want the most weird combination. Chinese models, open models, closed source, open source, NVIDIA, Meta, Llama, Gemini, add them all in. Chaos. I want chaos, and then we bring together order, and now we got a pearl. We're doing this right now. We don't wait around. We don't wait. This is also something I want to do. I want to track so we have information about what works, what doesn't work. I obviously put it into the feed yesterday that notposted.com. I need to have this freaking bookmarked by now. Is it community? I don't even know my own. There we go. Don't tell me this is on. Is our system broken right now? All right. What are we doing? Okay. So we went from 87 to 93, 94, 95. Broken. Regression. Good, 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 almost. Good, 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 boom. I understand most people would say, not good, it regressed. By the way, it never screenshotted. Is that a word? Screenshotted? This is where I want to be able to say, hey, Paul. It's either Peter or Paul. We're going to either have one of the church fathers. We're going to have a guy that had pretty much every letter included, or the guy that was crucified upside down. We're going to have one of them. Peter. Paul. Peter sounds better. Peter sounds like someone you'd yell at. Plus, I don't want someone that converted. I want someone that was, all right, on this rock, on this Petros. All right, what did I just, okay, 91%. We'll go right into another one. I'm not worried about that. Okay, so that's going out. Image gen is underway. This is for the Zwift riding. Everything I need, let me confirm the background build result. This guy's restarting the server. All right, let's add in another one. And this is pure sonnet slop. Or should I, screw it, just do Opus. Just do Opus. Tell me this is on Opus. Ah, it's in sonnet. Ah. I'm going to get a noise violation today, 100%. Oh my gosh, they're all on Sonnet. Oh, I'm going to throw up. Somebody get a bucket. Somebody get a bucket. Charles, it doesn't switch. I know. Read the chat. All right, 1 second. Look at this. We are doing a very high-level brainstorming of what is the most wild looping orchestration we could think of. Every single model in the entire world is included. If you need who they are, go to botenston.com/bench. It has every model, it has every version, it's open weight, it's closed weight, it's Chinese, it's American, doesn't matter. I could care less, completely agnostic. Essentially, the looping is going to be up to 4 versions, and it's going to be orchestrator that is the high-level orchestration, sending out a swarm of up to 12 to 15 worker agents specific to what they are good at. Kimi K3 might be good at the the front end. You might have OpenAI models that are very good at the back end in the database. You might have Grok, which is speed and research. In other words, I want to come up with one of the most wild, intricate ways of bringing chaos into order, where I can build through the orchestration and looping of an orchestrator using builders, researchers, wiring, front-end, back-end architect databases with a very harsh review agent at the end, judging everything out of 100. Go out with Sonnet members to find out potentially the top 3 to 5 combinations that you would recommend that you think would be best. There are no rules. I want you to break all rules. Don't have any preconceived notions or judgment on what you think the answer is. Surprise me. Nothing long, nothing complicated, nothing crazy in the answer, just the top 3 to 5 combinations and agents and models. I might save that again. You tell me that's not 98%? Boo! Have these guys committed yet? This guy is still going. That's what I'm saying. I need something that's fast. Fable is extremely slow. Opus is probably faster. I have no idea. Probably faster. Probably. We need something, because at this point, it's not about, the best way to look at it is, I need a foundation dug. Does it matter that we have the top diggers in the world? Or do we have 100 people just shoveling from that end to this end to then gradually out of the hole in which they are digging? Okay, all this guy is takes it from here and throws it over his back. I don't need a $5 in and output. Give me, who's the guy that said he had a $6 monthly? Is that Quen? That was $6? Because I got a $40 subscription to Moonshot. I have OpenRouter that uses AI. OpenAI. I'm probably going to get an OpenAI. I'm going to I'm going to move away from Anthropic's 2 subscription on max plans. I'm going to have one. Ideally, this is the setup. I have $100 at OpenAI. I have a $40 to $100 at Kimi. I have a $200 at Anthropic. And now I'm using OpenRouter, which they do. By the way, Stripe. Did you see the news that Stripe not only put in to buy OpenRouter, but they just put in to buy PayPal? I'm sorry, what? The site is down. I'm telling you, it's this chat in the background that's just really been bothering me. Well, it's down because I got to log into my other one. Let's go down here. Close this out. This one is just a bane in my side. Last night, I just went to... Yeah, but what are the models under AI, OpenAI? Why not have Grok? Was listening to this guy. He says he has a $40 Grok plan. He's never hit the limits. He's never hit the limits. Do a 200, a 100, 200 with Anthropic, 100. Like, I'm making no money. We're not making any money. We need prayers. May Charles get his deal closed so he can vibe code and be in the top 5 vibe coders, and he will continuously make content and do triathlons and find his wife, and she's on board with his mental capacity of a hamster. Listen, whoever marries me is going to be Mother Teresa patience, but boy, is she going to be entertained in life. She's either going to hate me or be laughing. That's it. There's no in between. They're not smart, I understand, but again, it goes back to that shoveling analogy. I don't need anything done besides this very specific thing. What model does OpenAI have that potentially they're... And to be honest, I'm just going to throw it out there. I think Sam Altman, based on a little of the interview that it came out 2 days ago. I don't know when it was filmed. I don't think... Here's a perfect example. Anthropic, when they dropped Opus 5, did not reset any usage. I think OpenAI, I think, is going to go that route. Because for them to take on SoftBank money along with 21 other institutional investors, that's beyond IPOing. You know, XAI is less than 50% off its high. They're getting sued out of their kazoo. Like, 51, look at what it's at. It's at $109. This is why this should have 10,000 people. 10,000 people should be listening to this. I literally called this. You know who was right? Morningstar. Morningstar said this was worth $800 billion and it IPO'd at 1 point blah, blah, blah trillion. Morningstar was right. Because that brings the share price probably to like $90, $85. I wonder what the multiple is right now. There it is. Oh my gosh, dude. I hate being right. I said they get money, they push up the stock, and then they short sell it and they make money on the way up and they make money on the way down. 196 million shares were shorted. 31% of the free float were shorted. This I need to be on CNBC. Obviously, I'll never be because I am not being paid by Johnson & Johnson and Merck. What is going on? 1/3. It honestly bothers me. These guys are laughing. They're laughing at how stupid we are. And to be honest, I'm going to just say it. I'm just going to go out on a limb. I don't know the extent. And Elon did come out and say that people were shorting it. This is way after the IPO was below, the stock was below the IPO. And he did say the short sellers, I have no idea how much he's involved. I have no idea. This is not anything. But it's, and I can't curse, but it's a very unethical. Very unethical. Well, there it is. Elon responded by growing bearish bets on XAI. Starship is delayed four times. They're nowhere near the profit margin they're going to be doing. They're, I think, over 100x multiple. Their EBITDA, makes no sense. If we achieve our goals. I got to close this story out because it'll just bother me. It would just bother me. Because when all those boys are getting filthy, do you understand 1 point whatever trillion dollars? Do you understand? All right, let's get out of this so I can switch. Dude, everyone's got a pie at that point. Everyone's got a pie at that point. All right, let's bring this down. Switch into my other account. Switch into this account. Authorize. That's the issue, is I am running into my limits really quickly in Claude right now. Granted, I have crazy amounts of, this guy needs to just commit. And I'm not even going to, this guy should be committing. Yeah, he's committing right now. Okay. He needs to commit. Okay, that's a flag. I asked what the orchestrator you'd want. This is why I would never go back into finance. I would never go into finance again. Never in my life. And you hear it all the time. Oh, I'm going to build an AI. And I thought about it. And there would be, and I'm not going to bring it out, there would be a very specific way I'd build my AI based on research. And the research is not like, well, I got to research what the, Boeing just came out with their profits and, they had, I think, 350 plane orders. And the guy on CNBC this morning while I was at the gym was like, one of the things we're going to be asking Otenberg is about the plane orders. And I'm like, oh, that's a great question to ask. Where the hell is your plane orders coming from? Because right now, all I'm seeing is tourism is down. People going to Disney is down. People driving is up. People going to Europe is down. My brother just came back from Mykonos, and he said the guy that took the boat around for his family, my brother's family, literally the guy said business is down 50%. He said across all of Greece, all of Italy, it's down 50%. Dude, you're talking about the monarchs of the world. You're talking about Portugal, potentially Lisbon, Spain, France, Germany. You're talking about even the Baltics. You're talking about even the UK, Ireland. You know how many people did literally rely on bad Americans going overseas and being like, oh, look at the beautiful architecture. I wish we could go back to the beautiful architecture. Yeah, that was a time where everybody was not in literally chaos. And they fasted. You know? Luma. He had 8 resets? All right, well, I'm wrong there. I gotta write down Luna, because I have not heard anything about it. Not saying that it's not the greatest model of all time. I just haven't heard people using it. That's it. I hear what people are using, and if they're using it and they trust, this is the most important thing, they trust that they will put this out there and not get crap that people are using it. In other words, if I say that I'm using Brooks, that's what I use for running. Okay, Brooks shoes. If I say that, I'm putting my name on Brooks because I'm saying, because if I didn't like it, if I used Asics or I used Nikes, Adidas, whatever, if I use that and I didn't like it, like Asics I don't like. My foot is too wide. They also are not good for me because I pronate. Pronate means I run like a duck. I run like Daffy Duck out there. I'm putting my name to Brooks Endurance. It's not Brooks Endurance, is it? It's Brooks. No. I want to look it up actually. Is Brooks Endurance 26? I think they're up to. No, it's not Brooks Endurance. Oh, it is the GTS. Okay, so that is, it's definitely not Ariel. That's weird. They came out with a women's. I don't think I would have green-lighted that. No, it's the GTS. Yeah, it's for, there you go. It's for people that have, their foot looks like a claw. It's heavier and it has guardrails on the inside, so I land on the, it has guardrails on the inside, so I land on the outside, or vice versa, I don't know. But I love them. They're very comfortable. And when you run, if you're not running properly, highly recommend, by the way, I researched how to run. Excellent videos out there. Yeah, I want to use Soul, whatever. I don't like the word soul, but and we got to bring up the other chat. This guy's got to retire. Just put in your purple slip or whatever it is. Get out of my face. Oh my gosh. All of these reset. Wow. That means I gotta restart. Oh my gosh. This guy needs to just commit. We'll commit, we'll do you too. I also want to learn about Tari. I gotta learn about, there is something that Linux servers use, it's called Tari. Give it to me in a building block ABC on how this would impact my life as a vibe coder that knows absolutely nothing about vibing or coding. I thought that was pretty funny. Like, my wife has to be okay with me being extremely sarcastic. Nope, you spelt it wrong. Charles, that's not Google's fault. That's your fault. Oh, my mistake. No, it's not. It was mine. Is a blockchain, Tari is a blockchain? No, is exactly what Vibecoder needs. It's a super lightweight tool that transfers your AI-generated web apps into real clickable desktop. This is what BridgeMind is based on? Holy cow. Holy cow. That boy's better be live today. I used to listen to him. That boy better be live today. He's still not live again. Dude, you gotta pray for this guy. Holy cow. This guy was the grandfather. Is he getting like ripped up on the internet or something? Whoops, not the website. This guy getting shredded or something? Is he posting at least? All right, so that was yesterday. Wow. My boy's getting 102 impressions. Good for you. What do they smash in front of my face? I see, this is the thing is I don't care anymore about benchmarks. I call me graduating out of ABC kindergarten, but clearly people use benchmarks as the end-all be-all to brag on social media, and it's like, it goes back to, what are you building? Like, I could care less that you put in one prompt and there's a cool game that, oh my gosh, I have Subway Surfers, or I have this scary game that I thought of, or it's like, right now, I am in the trenches. I am building a foundation. People go, they pass by and they go, what the hell is being built there? All I can see is dirt piling up. That's exactly what today is. Today is a dirt piling day. But telling you right now, I've been here before. I've been here before. I've been here with real estate. I did door-to-door sales. I did Cutco knives. I've been a landscaper. I mowed lawns. I've done waiting. In other words, I was a waiter at a crappy diner. I was a waiter at whatever the heck it is. Soup, salad, and breadsticks. Olive Garden. I was in marketing. I was in engineering. I've had every job. I was in finance. I've been here before. I see the trajectory. I'll give you the trajectory. I'll give you the trajectory. This is the trajectory. So I started taking off, and then I started doing the dumb thing, which is I know better than YouTube. I started taking off right here when I started vibe coding, and then I started putting out videos about personal development, about nonsense. And then YouTube just said, okay, back of the line, back of the line, back of the line, back of the line, back of the line. But I'm telling you right now is once you start getting stable like this, there will be a continuous upward trend. There will be a continuous upward trend. I saw it when I first started to vibe code, and once I start to what was before? What was my vibe coding before? My vibe coding before was going in and doing bugs. My vibe coding before was, I had no idea what the hell I was building. I just like to vibe code. I like to code. I like to go live. I like to just do all of it. Antagonist. Okay, here it is, boys and girls. I said, give me the most ridiculous combination. Oh boy. This could be a paper right here. Top 3. Basically, anyone selling ADE is a grifter. I guess so. You know, you could say that about anything. Anyone selling something that something else has been sold before? Do they see an opportunity in the marketplace? They go out to California, everyone wants gold, so they start selling shovels like everyone else? Or do you say, I actually am not selling a shovel that's flat, I'm selling a shovel that is like this. Or I'm selling a shovel that's like this with this. Or I'm selling it with a different hang, you know, like Elon is selling cars and he said, I'm gonna build better cars. Essentially, I want to get to a point where somebody who doesn't know anything about coding can download the app and literally in one prompt from here, say they're what. So they go in here, they go in here. This is not complicated. This is just a version 1. They go in here and they say, what do you want to build? It knows the best agent for exactly what needs to happen. Do we need research or do we need to review? Do we need to use eyeballs? Do we need coding? In other words, I want to map all agents at all times for specific tasks with the best orchestrators, and then it's like building a building. It's like a company today. Perfect example, they ask all these people about, what is your role? Oh, I don't have a role. Shut up. You clearly don't have a brain either. You don't have a brain. Everyone plays a role. I'm playing a role. I'm the guy that's at the circus like a dancing monkey. Okay, I leave here, I'm talking to my office manager who runs my office. I'm gonna tell her that I wanna re-up for the next month. I'm playing a role as a tenant of her. She's playing a role in my life. I go on a cell phone call with a client right after this. I'm playing a role, she's playing a role. I call an agent, they're playing a role. Everyone is playing a role. You're at a company, do you think marketing gets pissed off at sales at Apple? You think Apple marketing is being like, oh, we don't need support. We don't need any R&D. Who cares about rare earth materials, or who cares about the stock market, or who cares about our CEO? Everyone's got a role. And when you map the role of AI agents, and you have the CEO, and then you have the roles. Oh, we're designing today, here's the roles. Okay, we're doing back end, here's the roles. And the roles are based on the best way that someone can actually, or which AI model is trained to do that role. So I bring that context because I actually have a vision now. And I'm ignorant and, dare I say, humble enough to say, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to sell a shovel with no handle. Right now, we just have a spade. There's 4 areas that need to happen because essentially, I want to be able to go to a guy and say, download this, put in, I want a website, and it's built. Are we going to get there in 6 months? I have no idea. But there needs to be the ability for me not to talk into my hand, to talk into my cell phone, who then takes that prompt and says, oh, that's about his triathlons. Oh, he wants to do a race in upstate New York. Okay, that's his personal life. Oh, he cares about his finances right now. That's over here. Okay, he's got to call this client. Oh, this person's getting onboarded. I worry about someone like BridgeMind that I just learned that Tari, which I had no idea about, Tari literally can be used on anything. And it is simple web skills. Like, I would never use Tari. It could be great and everything else. No. I want Swift, who is dialed into Apple Silicon, to be using Apple's hardware. I'm not going to be on Linux. I'm not going to be on Windows. I don't own it. I've never had anything Windows. Is that cutting me out of the market? Yes. But also, why would people tune in? Entertainment, yeah. But also, oh wow, Charles was actually completely right about this dumb move, but it's also a smart move. A product guy's now going to be taking over. Tim Cook, congratulations. The stock is at all-time highs. You probably split a bunch of times. You made a lot of people wealthy. However, you set back the company based on all of the bets in the speed of product, innovation, and software. You do a name change of Siri to Siri AI. You gave out your search to Google. You gave out your AI to Gemini. And now he's coming in, a product guy, and says, we're going to be pushing live streaming or streaming. Okay, if I was an investor, I don't know where I'd be. I had to buy, sell, and hold. Not investment advice, but it's not buying. That's for sure. I have no idea what it is. I have no idea where they are, but it's not a buy. And to be honest, another company, well, I'm not going to say it, but there's a couple of companies that are sitting on legacy and enterprise customers. And enterprise, it's really hard to pivot. It is completely ingrained. It's like the government. They're completely ingrained with Oracle or IBM, Cisco. It would be impossible today to switch over without a multi-month ongoing relationship with Accenture to move into a better server for, that's why people would tune in. They're like, oh, okay, this guy's got a cool product. I'm not just building a cool product my idea is to break the laws of what the internet says. As much as I love my man, why is this a thing? When he puts into the thing, it's a double-edged sword. I'm like, awesome, but I want to break that. And then I'm listening to Sammy Boy on my run today, and he's just like, break a bunch of stuff. I forgot who he quoted. Somebody said that. Might have been Steve Jobs. He said, just break a bunch of stuff. And something out of those pieces will come out, and then you just use that. Are we talking about the Fire phone? The Fire tablet? Are we talking about Kindles? No. But guess what? Guess where Amazon is? Numero uno. All right, that's a little too much. That was a perfect transition, by the way. Okay, so here's the top 3 combinations. It's assuming 12 to 20 hours. This is what I want to get to. I want to get to 12 to 20 hour autonomous runs. That's where I want to get to. I don't care about building out a new menu or a new website. I want to build out a holy crap. That's what I care about. I want the holy craps. I can't believe we just did a complete clone of Destruction Derby. GoldenEye on N64. I want the workers to be mad because it's not good enough. I want the harsh agent at the relay. Orchestrator handoff chain. Gen 1 is orchestrator, Gemini 3. Okay, you already lost me with that. 2 million, I didn't know that it was at 2 million context. Again, So far, I have been wrong, but in the long run, I would not sleep on Gemini. I don't know what was up with their last model release. It was kind of embarrassing, to be honest. If I was in that product meeting, if I was in that launch marketing meeting, I would not have released that at all. I would not have put out any PR. I would not have said anything about that. That is not a release. That is a continuous build and reiterate model. Okay. Generation 1 orchestrator is Gemini 3 Pro. Generation 3 to 4 is Opus 4.5. It takes the handoff at the hard part. Okay, so the beginning orchestrator is Gemini 3 Pro. The workers, so this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Boys and girls, this is what I'm talking about. Site is still down. All right. To please Mr. Mark. All right. Oh my gosh. Dude, this chat right here, they're all banned. And now that stupid freaking name, like all of them are banned. None of them are on the comeback tour. None of them are on the comeback tour. This has been the absolute bane to my society. Oh my gosh, now it brings up this window. I cannot wait to get off this. Charles, you don't care. I can't wait to get off this. Number one, that sound. Number two is if I press reload, say it connects back to the Mac Studio, it connects back. If I press reload, nothing reloads. This is why it needs to be in a VPS. Just as I was getting to a good part, just as Mark is saying that the site is still down, like today, I'll give you an example. I put out a stupid Instagram video yesterday, okay? The subscribers are going down, okay? But the views are going up. I have a lot of people that just called. Okay, you should be connecting by now. So I have 3,500 people that watched my video yesterday. The video is absolute trash. I was actually going to just put it up as a story because it was that bad. Go up and that's it. And I said, you know what? I got to start putting out content. The next thing is to put out continuous content and kind of saying we can build whatever you want. But I can't say that right now because I can't put my stupid agents into a virtual environment to then prompt them. Absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable. Mark, don't ever say that again. You might need to take a lap. We do not love that sound. All right, we got to get one of them connected. Opening remote environment right down here. Brutal. Brutal. Of course, this one, of course, it connects. Of course it connects. And then the other ones, I don't even want to press reload window because then it's going to reload the window and then the chats are going to be gone. Today, from now on, this week, the only goal this week is to have our agents in a virtual environment. It is going to be only calling in to our agents in the virtual environment using our Anthropic model through our Claude subscription, and I can easily switch between subscriptions. And to make Why Is This a Thing excited and happy in life, we'll add in OpenAI Soul. Because I'm actually curious. Back with the sounds I know. You know what? Let's get this site up and running. Let's get the site up and running. That is it. I'm done with VS Code. They suck. I was done with Claude Desktop. They suck. I think that's okay, right? I can still say that. The priest isn't going to tell me to go to confession for something like that, right? That's how bad it is in my life. I've completely fallen away from the world where, is that okay if I say that? You're talking about a guy that would, all right, I won't go into my life, but I was talking to a woman at an event last week, and we need to bring up the Boneston.com. I was like, yeah, I'm sober, I'm not drinking, we're out at a bar. And she's like, yeah, so am I, and she did that. I was like, oh. Someone was a skier, I see. Need to bring up Boneston.com. So it's not down. Do I need to bring up a... This better be Opus. Okay, good. You know, like, personally, if anyone comes in and builds a tool that does something that everyone else is building, if you do clipping, if you do a video or social media, say social media ranking, or you have social media posting, auto posting, social media scheduling, if you do a CRM, if you do a website, if you do something like Lovable, that's what I was obsessed with. That might be a little bit in the G word, in the grifting. IDEs, 100%. ADEs, 100%. But if you are now literally saying, by the way, I don't even know what I would think if I lived in European Union. I truly have no idea what I would be thinking if I lived in that place. I would just look at America and be like, they're crappy, they're expensive, everyone's shooting each other, it's unsafe, everyone's getting pickpocketed. That's why I hate America. And then FIFA comes and people go, I don't know. I was told something different. Now that I'm in New York City and I've noticed that everybody is running around doing whatever they want, and then I'm not hearing gunshots, and the food is good. It's easy transportation. I could fly into JFK, LaGuardia, or Newark, and each of them are 30 minutes from the city, and those are 3 major airports. And I can go to Boston, Logan to go to Boston. I can go to Dallas, Fort Worth to Dallas. I could go down to DC easily, Atlanta, Miami. Oh wow, they have mountains. No, America sucks. All those viral videos. That one German guy that was like, I was told that everyone's getting shot at all times. He was on the local news and he's like, I'm actually extending my stay. And he was like crying. It's like, all right, dude. You gotta log off the internet. If you know, like, even I know I'm being propagandized about every single country outside of America. Like, you gotta get off. It's just too much. You hate, you know, we gotta. Maybe that's where I'm coming from, you know? EU is just bootstrapping themselves against a really big rock. You got Jack Bezos absolutely pumping weights This light, by the way, weighs 100 kilos, talking about the non-imperial scale system. Morgan, buying opportunity. Yeah, you know why they did that? Is because they launched XAI. They made a huge amount of money. This has to be one of the dumbest things. Obviously, our mayor, he's all over the news. It is crazy how much New York City is in the news. We're going to publish the 31,000 most richest people in New York City. Nothing is going to happen. Our state government just looks at New York City as a piggy bank. 38% of the workers would remove generative AI entirely. Yeah, so I don't lose my job. GBT now focuses on mimicking, so they're cutting that out. They are in, I think, over 100 lawsuits because people are going over J.K. Rowling, Ernest Hemingway, Charles Dickens, Agatha Christie. Let's go over the other news. Morgan Stanley already said that, measurably boasting corporate profits. Morgan Stanley doing very well. PayPal tops QA earnings estimates amid a $53 billion takeover. I don't know why X and all these other companies are not taking over the payment systems. I have no idea. Open Router should have been a slam dunk. That's up for $10 billion. A lease devicing, I think that's a great move. New York City Publishing. And we're back. All right, boys and girls. You know what, before we go, I do want to read the other non-ways that it's said to actually code. Okay, I guess we can't. All right, so Boatenston should be up and running. Let's do a refresh. All right. Thank you, Chuck, for viewing my podcast interview. That's actually funny. That's actually pretty funny. Is Spotify working? All right, well, I just got... Oh my gosh, you put Machine Gun Kelly? Oh, Mark. Mark, you got to take a second lap. Oh, we're not putting him in that woman. Oh, a bunch of wackadoodles. Weird chat. What is this? How do people even... I am exiting out of this. I do not want that in my... Oh my gosh. I do want to see the weird way. Okay, so this is the weird way. This is the weird way that... First one was Opus. Now you have Kimi K as the front end. You have GBT 5.2. That's a heck of a model to be doing a back end. Wiring is Sonnet. Okay, I can see that. DeepSeek architecture, interesting. Adversary Quinn 3 or GLM5. I don't know about that. Max effort adversarial for reviewer. I could see that. The Tribunal. Three reviewers. That's actually an interesting idea. You have someone that does design, someone that does... You don't have it at 95, 96. Maybe you have it a little bit lower. Again, they're having Gemini 3 Pro. Interesting. I actually want to look at this deeper. My pick, the Tribunal. Why it's wild. Redundant builds from adversarial lineages, American closed plus Chinese open. Yep, Kimi K3, GBT, wow. I don't know, boys. I think this is actually one of the better chats. I think I want to revisit this. Continue, the 4th and 5th. It actually named it. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna see this. All right, I'm going to be live. The number one thing we're working on is VPS agents. That's it. VPS agents. Then we are connecting our subscriptions, and I want to work in this stupid thing. And do we call it Orbit? Do we call it Fleet? Or do we call it Foundry? Those are the questions. We'll be back live again tomorrow. We're going live every single day. We need the momentum. We need your boy every single day just pounding away. We're not doing it for entertainment. We're doing it to build something. So then Emired or Quag, basically anybody that's selling ADE is a grifter. Bridgemind is a good business model, selling subscriptions to useless software to people that don't know any better. We call it Pulsar. What is Pulsar? Pulsar actually in the conspiracy land was something very interesting many years ago. When I was in that world, Bridgemind benchmarks are absolute slop. Yeah, I don't know how my boy rebounds. I don't know. I think you get to the point where if he's using Tari and he's on Linux, Windows, and Apple, yes, he's making $250,000. He's got a lot of pull when it comes to a new model releases. People go to him, see how good it is. But a long-term reputable name is what we're going for. I'm not doing I'm coming in as a reliever and I only got one pitch. I'm coming in and being like, I got a breaking ball. I can even throw a knuckler. In other words, my boy's coming out with the news. He's making sense of the news. He's telling me why are enterprises so interested in XAI? Oh, okay, they're gonna run up the stock, they're gonna short it, and they're gonna make money on the way up and on the way down, and now we're at $105. Your boy's right on that. He's gonna be right about Apple too. Your boy's gonna be right about Apple. Apple is, I don't know where they're gonna be in 5 years, man. I have no idea. Meta is making their own glasses. Very bullish on Meta. Very bullish on Meta. They went to the big names. They went to Oakley. They went to Ray-Bans. They stole their idea, or allegedly, my opinion. They took, or they learned how to make glasses, and now they're making their own glasses for $299 instead of $399 and $499. Now we're affordable. Now you can go in and make your own deals with people. Now you don't need Oakley and Ray-Bans. Kind of like what Uber just did. Uber and Waymo are splitting. They have a very intimate relationship. Uber had the app, they had the technology, the software, the servers. Waymo had the technology and the hardware. And now, bye-bye. Splitting in, I think, 2028. Competition's good. We welcome competition. Who's to say that Meta doesn't get into other hardware? I think the next hardware, it not only is going to be wearables, I think it's going to be battery life. Battery life is why I have this. The Enduro by Garmin is a 30-day battery life. This is 40 days if I don't use it. That's why I don't have Apple Watch. That's why I'm not bullish about the glasses, because it's only 1 day or 8 hours. Battery, you know, like, what is your differentiation? That's what I think about every single day. I make sense of why things are going. I religiously listen to Bridgemind, religiously, for months ago. And then I started to like see little cracks. As a guy who doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, I started seeing the books in the background. He's like, I read all these books. I was like, that's about 2,000 pages. And that's really boring. And there's no creases. There's no little, I'm not saying he didn't do it, but when I read James Clear's book about atomic habits, my book had dog ears. It had little tags coming out. It was highlighted. It looked like I dropped it in a pool and I took it out to dry. Those look real crisp in the back. You know, then the other was, and I'll just continue saying this. The other is when he continued to say that he was not a content creator. That, in the beginning, I was like, oh, haha, I say sarcastic things. But then he kept on saying, you guys know that I'm not a content creator. I hate making content. That's when but now that your boy is into the orchestration loops, into the actually have a business plan in mind, and just throwing a 50-pound weight at a glass house, like, you add in my sobriety, eating well, exercising, making sense of the news, all of my failures in life, me being a failure in life, not red lighting the engine, but red lighting the engine. Dude, by the end of the year, like, it's gonna be wild. I don't want to say all I need, because there'll always be more, but I already know that if I could one-shot a loop in a virtual environment and be able to check progress on my cell phone and be using Quen, Kimi, NVIDIA, OpenAI, because I want to make our boy Why Is This a Thing happy. We just got to satisfy his insatiable desire for Sam Altman. And the models out of China keep on getting better. Like, if Kimi is that good at front end, we just need an excellent orchestrator. Then you can just subscription model it for hours. And the ideas I have are just stupidly endless. I hate that my brain, I shouldn't say that. I am blessed that my brain works like this, but this is what I go into. I just start talking and my brain it's like, shut this brain up. It's like, can like 5 minutes of my life be, you know, I heard this thing on like 60 Minutes or NBC Daylight, Daytime, Day Night, whatever, Dateline, whatever, I don't know, 10 years ago, 30% of society does not have an inner working voice. I was like, they don't have a conscious voice? So what do they do in life? They have no voice talking back to them. I'm like, what is that like? What is that like? Because my mind goes, I have 6 waves in the first MVP. Then version 2 is also 6 waves minimum. Then version 3, and it all has to pass 95. And then there's 6 waves minimum. And then version 4 is ready for use, and it's merged to main. All gaps and bugs are fixed, perfectly tested, reviewed by elite. This is where my brain goes. My brain goes to, I understand that most people want to go down the stairs. I want to take a fireman's pole 3 stories down without actually holding onto the fireman's pole. Not sorry. Not sorry. I just want to let's break this. Everyone's throwing fastballs, 2-seam fastballs. I want to throw a 4-seam 100 miles per hour fastball right down the middle. And if you connect with it, that's landing in the Atlantic. But if you swing and miss, you're looking like an idiot. That's what we're about here. That's what it is. There it is. It's overheating. The left camera has overheated. That's why. Did I not just delete that? There you go. Now we're gone. All right. I can't believe this monitor. It's probably not going to show up. This monitor is literally I can't even. This monitor right here is literally sitting on top of my MacBook. It's literally sitting on my MacBook with something behind it holding it because it's broken. It's broken. So we got to get this thing, the camera to my right, working because it's an absolute heater. We got to get a new one of these. So all you boys and girls watching this on replay, get on your hands and knees. Actually, just get on your knees. Your hands and knees is Islam. Get on your knees and be like, let this man get his deal done so he can vibe code and make us all rich so we can give back to society. And take away from all these noodle faces that are on X saying, well, actually, this benchmark did not go to... Screw your benchmarks. We are unconventional over here. We're using the tribunal. We're using Chinese all the way with American GLM, with Anthropic, with OpenAI. This is what I'm going to study today. This is the most important chat today. And this is going to change, by the way. GLM is going to fall off. Qwen is going to rise. NVIDIA is going to get better. GBT has a better video making capability. I was thinking about take the news, put it through HeyGen, and now we have video. The other is I need to start creating some cool virtual environments that we could spend our money. We could spend our money in a Sims world. Boatenston Cash. B-Cash, baby. And with a K, not a C. B-Cash. Do you want some BK? All right, now I'm going off the rails. Oh boy, now I'm gonna be like let loose into society and everyone's like, who is this guy? What does he do? Why does he talk to himself? He keeps on getting noise complaints. That was the Bill Burr voice from 2009 when he was at his height before he got married. Anyway, I gotta hit the boys' room. We're out. Probably make a Instagram video. Just gotta, oh my gosh, more people are calling. Let's see if anybody, yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people liking it. We got some messages. We got 135 people viewing your boy sweaty at the gym. He's going to be back at the gym, 2,000 yards tomorrow, 2,100 yards at the pool. Virtual VPS through not Hostinger because they're a bunch of, well, we won't say anything bad, and I will never be, well, I can't say never, but we're going to Germany. We're going to Europe. We're hosting it there, even though they have one, I think, in Virginia, a server in Virginia. Virtual. Going to agents through subscription, virtual agents on orchestration. That's what I want to launch this week. Then from there, all the chats talk to each other. Now we can put in the tribunal. Now we have Kimmy talking with OpenAI, who's hitting Qwen with some prompts. We got Gemini. Dude, it's going to be like bringing the band back together. We got a drummer. We got a musician who's singing. We got the guitarist. We got a bass guitar, we got a regular guitar, we got a front man, and you got people in the back. The sound guy, the lights, smog, smoke machine. All right, I'm out.